Hi there, I'm Luke Roberts. This video is for Miss Morgan's Public Communications class. In the audience this evening we have Carly, Alani, and the cameraman is Scotty. Thanks, buddy. Okay, here we go. Okay, for the second time since 1998, the newly formed country of South Sudan has once again declared famine, though in this instance the UN has reportedly blamed the country's politicians. Years of military conflict and an economic crisis driven by poor oil markets has led to the present famine, one Al Jazeera writer reports. A famine, as defined by the UN, is when 20% of the local population faces extreme food shortages, 30% of the population is extremely malnourished, and 2 deaths per 10,000 occur because of hunger. More shockingly, private aid agencies estimate as many as 5 million South Sudanese citizens are in critical need of immediate food assistance. South Sudan, the world's youngest nation, formed only in 2011, has known Africa's longest civil war and its second famine in 20 years. Fighting began in 1956, and the country has only had brief periods of peace since. Conflict ended in 2004 after more than 20 constant years of civil war with Sudan. The recent civil war began in 2013 after the president accused the vice president of staging a failed coup. Though South Sudan does have the potential to reach a rich oil economy, a mix of constant conflict, low oil prices, a poorly state-run oil industry, as well as the country's declining oil production has led to an economic crisis. According to oilprice.com, before South Sudan's independence, the region was producing nearly 350,000 barrels a day, while as of January 2017, production was at less than 100,000 barrels a day, having a devastating effect on the economy. Further straining the oil industry, the easiest way to transport South Sudan's oil is a pipeline that runs through Sudan, but years of strained political relationships and financial disagreements have made moving the oil slow and difficult. The Associated Press writes that inflation in South Sudan is up over 800%, and food prices have gone up more than 10 times what they were at this time a year ago. Hiba Morgan of Al Jazeera also writes, "This famine is not caused by drought, it is not caused by floods, it is basically caused by the conflict, which resulted in a collapsing economy." Also worsening the hunger situation is a lack of agricultural production, as well as difficulties aid agencies face reaching the population. Farming, a sector that makes up more than 3/4 of South Sudan's economy aside from the oil industry, has greatly diminished since recent conflict broke out when millions of citizens became displaced in rural farming communities. A UN official, Ellen Lowe, recently stated that South Sudan has the climate and resources necessary to sustain the population, and other UN officials are shocked by the famine because of the country's favorable growing conditions. An anonymous UN official also claims that South Sudanese government officials have blocked or restricted humanitarian aid access into the country. She writes that aid agencies often do not know what military organizations are operating in the country at any given time, making communication with leadership difficult. Many years of conflict, combined with constant economic and agricultural struggle, have made a difficult start to Africa's youngest nation. Hopefully, government officials can find a way to end military conflict and begin to stabilize the country. More importantly, hopefully a speedy solution is found to provide immediate relief to the present famine victims. Thank you.